Hi there and welcome to RowBeats. Now this series is slightly different to my normal RowAlong workouts because in them I talk the whole way through. In RowBeats I'm going to talk a lot less. What we're going to do is a 5-minute warm-up where I am going to talk to you a little bit about technique, making sure that you get your body opened up and ready for the workout ahead. But then when we get into that workout, I'm going to talk a lot less and it's all going to be about energizing music to get you through the workout. The odd little cue from me, but mostly it's just about me telling you what the next thing's going to be and some pumping tunes. All right? Now, in this 10-minute workout today, it's going to be made up of 4 different intensities. We're going to do a low intensity at 20 strokes a minute. We're going to do a moderate intensity at around about 24 strokes a minute, a high intensity at 30 strokes a minute, and then sprint, which is basically high intensity, high stroke rate. Just do the workout and this will all make a lot more sense. So we're going to get into our 5-minute warm-up first. And as far as setting up the machine is concerned, when it comes to resistance, I want you to set it to wherever you feel you're going to get the best workout today. The only real advice I'd give you here is don't just set it to maximum, okay? Because usually what happens then is you end up tugging against it with your upper body, and really you want to use your whole body, use your legs as well. What I do want you to do though is set your foot stretchers to a specific height, and that height is one that allows you to come into the front of the machine with your shins in a vertical position without your heels coming flying right off the foot plates. They can come up a little bit, but not massively. A good ballpark here, and this is where I want you to set it first if you've never done this before, is that the strap covers the balls of your feet or the bottom lace of your shoe, the kind of horizontal one. Then you can adjust from there, but that's a kind of a good guidance point because most people set them kind of too high and then that can get quite hard to get to the front when your heels come off the foot plate and that gives you a less effective workout, and who wants that? So let's get into our 5-minute warm-up. I'm going to start this at a very low stroke rate, around about 20 strokes a minute, and a light intensity just to get our bodies moving. I will talk you through this warm-up. Don't worry about it, okay? I'm not going to leave you just to do your own thing. So let's get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So if this is the first time that you've done any exercise today, then I just want you to take this nice and gentle. And what that means is almost like you were putting in enough power in each stroke as though you were just standing up from a squat. I just want a little bit of a kind of input when it comes to power here, just for the first minute, just to let your body get used to the concept that you're about to be doing some exercise. And while you're doing this, you can just think about nice straight arms as you come into the front, holding those arms straight as you push your feet into the machine. Let your legs do the power first, and then your arms pull in at the back of the stroke. So you're not pulling from the front, you're pulling at the back of the stroke. Right. Now what I want you to do is just increase that push from your legs. So your intensity increases, and it should now start to feel like exercise. Like you're feeling, okay, I can feel my muscles are now firing a bit. Maybe your heart rate starts to rise, your breathing rate starts to rise. And I often describe this intensity as similar to if you were walking relatively slowly, I suppose, up a constant flight of stairs. Like maybe you're climbing up 10 flights of stairs and you know it starts to become exercise because you start to get out of breath. Your legs might get that slight burn, but you don't have to stop. You know you could keep on going. And then the other way that people tend to describe this low intensity is that you're still able to hold a conversation. You might not be able to sing because of the breathing pattern, but you can hold a conversation. So just keep rowing like this for another 30 seconds or so, and then what we're going to do is break the rowing stroke down into its component parts just to make sure your hips are nice and open and you get an idea of how you should be rowing, because maybe this is the first time you've ever thought about technique before, how it should be pushing with your legs first and pulling at the back. Let's take 2 more strokes. And then what I want you to do is take one of your feet out and put it on the ground and continue rowing, okay? And with this one foot still strapped in, you should get a nice feel for that push, because only one leg is taking control of the power now. So roll into the front, push with your leg, keep those arms straight, push and pull at the back. One more here. Put that foot back in. Now let's swap feet and continue with the other one. Don't worry if you're looking at the pace, like the speed indicator on your machine. Don't worry if you're rowing slower here. You've only got one leg strapped in. The important part is that you still feel the same kind of effort, overall effort, even though you've got only one leg strapped in. Let's take one more here. Strap that foot back in, and now we're really going to break the stroke down. So what I want you to do is get your legs straight and row with your back and arms. So that means swing back with your back first, then pull in your arms. So back, arms, then arms away and rock forwards over your hips again. Try and keep a good posture here. Sit up on your sit bones. That's important. You're just hinging backwards and forwards. One more here. And then let's roll into the front with arms straight and push out with just your legs. Push. Keep those arms straight. Push with the legs. So you're not pulling at all. Just keep these nice and straight. And if you can hold that forwards tilt over your hips in towards the front of the machine as you push with your legs, that's really important, because that's how you're then able to add in a backswing to your power when you are rowing. Let's take one more stroke here. And that's the warm-up done. Now, I want you to stop, have a quick drink, maybe just keep on rolling up and down the rail. I'm going to quickly describe what it is we're about to do, and then we can get straight into today's main session. Okay then, so today's workout is going to be 10 minutes long with a 2-minute cool down at the end, just to make sure you don't just stop. It's going to incorporate all 4 of the intensities that I described in the intro, and we're going to start at 24 strokes a minute at a moderate intensity, which is likely to be round about 10 seconds faster than you were just rowing in the warm-up, but don't worry, you are going to get a feel for this. I am going to say when we're changing up on what we're about to do, but keep an eye on the graphics as well if you're at all confused as when things are going to happen. Okay, so if you have had a drink and you've had a little wiggle of your backside to make sure you're comfortable, we can get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Now remember, you can follow me for stroke rate if you're at all unused to hitting specific stroke rates. In 20 seconds time, we're going to increase to 30 strokes a minute at a high intensity. Not sprint, but high intensity. Here we go. 1 stroke every 2 seconds. Find your natural pace here. In 20 seconds, go back to 24 strokes a minute at a moderate pace for another minute. Last one here. Go back to 24s. Let your pace fall naturally, but continue putting in a moderate intensity. In 20 seconds, we are going to go back to a high rate, but this time you're going to be sprinting for 1 minute. How fast can you go? You ready? Let's go. High stroke rate, high power. Another 30 seconds, then we get to back right down to 20 strokes a minute and a low intensity. Two more strokes. And 20 strokes a minute, low intensity for 1 minute. Take this time to have a drink if you need one. Let your body settle down here, ready for the next 5 minutes. Keep arms straight at the front, push with the legs. In 20 seconds time, we're going to keep this stroke rate, but push as hard as we can with our legs. More power, same stroke rate. One more here. You ready? So push, and then slowly return. Push, slowly return. Push. Put power into the stroke. Hold your forwards tilt and arms straight as you push with your legs. In 20 seconds time, we're going back to 24 strokes a minute at a moderate pace. One more here. Here we go. 24. Maybe a similar pace to those power 20s here. In 20 seconds time, we're going to go back up to High intensity 30s. Not a sprint, just high intensity. Last one here. Here we go. 30 strokes a minute. High intensity, remember. Keep the power up. In 20 seconds time, we're going to go to 20 strokes a minute, low intensity for 30 seconds. Last one here, back down to 20 strokes a minute. Nice and easy. You have another 20 seconds if you need a drink. In 3 strokes time, we're going back to 24 and moderate for 30 seconds. Last one here. Here we go. Get that pace up. Intensity should be higher. In 10 seconds time, we're going to do one last minute at sprint. After this stroke, you ready? Let's go. Last minute of the workout. Give it whatever you've got. Push with the legs. Pull at the back. "30 seconds to go, and then we're all done." You ready? So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're all done with our 10-minute RowBeats workout. Should we just do some light rowing to cool down? Let's. So, just for 2 minutes, I don't want you to worry about intensity or technique. I just want you to keep moving. Just engage with the machine. Make sure you're still activating your muscles to allow the blood to flow around them and for your muscles to just gently, well, it's called a cool down for a reason, folks. And this will help you either when it comes to recovery if you are done for today, or just to settle down your body, ready for whatever you have next. Now this is one of the shorter of the RowBeats rows, so it's a short, sharp one, but I hope you still feel you got a great workout from it. I know I did. That mix of intensities is a great way to make the body work. And hopefully if it's the first one that you've done, you'll have learned the kind of paces that you need to row at for low, moderate, high, and sprint. So hopefully I'll see you in the next one. As long as you enjoyed this one enough to come back, of course. One more stroke for me. Thank you so much for joining me for this RowBeats workout. Like I say, I look forward to seeing you in another one, whether it's one of the RowBeats or any of the other workouts that I have up here. Until then, please take care of yourselves, row well, be well, goodbye.